Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a little update for Holiday Hellathon, which is a reading, watching activity-a-thon going on the entire month of December, created by Kelsey from Slime and Slashers. And this is going to be my update for the first half of December. I read 4 books, watched 2 movies, and watched 1 TV show during the first half of December for this readathon, and I am excited to share with you what I got up to so far. There's some holiday themed things here and some not, so let's get into the books first. The first book I finished in December was a thriller for the Thrill, Chill, or Kill book club, hosted by the Bookish Drummer, and that was Never Saw Me Coming by Vera Kurian. I listened to this audiobook, and it was a good time, a good audiobook. It was really interesting to read from this perspective because it is told from the perspective of someone who is a psychopath, and it's about this group of psychopaths at a college, and some people in the group are turning up dead, and they're wondering who is murdering them, and figuring out who amongst them is murdering the people in this group of psychopaths. Really interesting. I had a fun time listening to this one and gave it 3.5 stars. Not perfect, but I could not get enough of this perspective, how a psychopath would think about things. A little bit different way. Really cool. The second book, also an audiobook, I listened to was Woodworm by Layla Martinez. This is a translated short novella horror, and I kept calling it wormwood, but it's not. It's a woodworm. A kind of worm. Anyways, Woodworm I read for the Quarterly Book Club, hosted by Kelly Hooked on Books. The year 2025, all 4 books were translated books by women, and I really enjoyed this book too. It was kind of on the weird side, a little fever dreamy at times, about a family that is cursed to have to live in this house. All of the generations, women, have to stay in this house. They can't leave because of the sins of someone in past generation. I really like this book. The times kind of went back and forth, different timelines, because it was exploring several different generations' stories. I found it really interesting. None of the women are super likable and don't do the best of things sometimes, but in a lot of cases I could still kind of sympathize. Not all cases, but I could sympathize with what they were going through when they made these choices. Very, very, very cool book. I gave it 3.5 stars. Next, I finished a little novella, Christmas themed, Candy Cane Kills. This is a slasher horror book that I read for my book club, the Indie Horror Book Club. If you would like to join, I will have an invitation link down below. Shameless plug. In January, we'll be reading a winter horror book, We Like a Cherry. So if you want to read a winter horror indie book, recent release from April of 2025, then go to that link. But Candy Cane Kills was such a fun read. This is my only 5-star read so far in the month, and I loved this slasher. I thought that I would because I have also read Curse of the Reaper by Brian McCauley a couple years ago, and I loved that book. It was such a creative, unique take on a slasher about this aging star of a slasher series, and it gets wild. This one, also very wild, with a family at the center of it that are in hard times. The parents are not getting along. The teenagers, brother and sister, are caught in the middle of their horror turmoil. The father is trying to keep their family together and rents this house for Christmas as a little getaway. But there is some bad stuff going on in this house. I loved the stories of the kids in this book. One has a physical disability, and the other one is gay and in love with his best friend, and everyone, it also has his friends in the story. They all have their own unique thing about them, but it's not all of their personality. These characters were great and well fleshed out, every single one of them, and the representation, something unique about them, had something to do with the story. It wasn't just shoved in there for the sake of representation. It all was beautifully done, and I loved every single character, and it made it very stressful because I did not want anyone to get slashed. But you know how it is. Love the characters, love the idea, love the Christmassy vibes. It got me into the mood for Christmas, and I cannot wait to read the sequel to this, Candy Cane Kills Again. Definitely reading that next year in December. So good. And the last book I finished in the first half of December was A Man Called Uva by Frederick Bachman. Another translated book. And this one I gave 4 stars. I read it for the Bookworms Book Club, hosted by Kat's Novel Adventures in Frank Fiction. They recently did the live stream for this. It was so good. And book, very interesting character study of this curmudgeon-y, grumpy, aging man. He's not old. 59, I think. But he's lost his wife, he's lost his job, and he is grumpy as heck. But I think he always was. It's just the way he is. That's just Uva, even when he was a young man. But it shows him as like this super grumpy and hard to get along with person, but then shows why he is the way he is, what kinds of things he cares about, and shows a insight into what this person is really like under the surface level, and shows that nobody is a bad person, or most people are not bad people. They maybe hard to get along with. They might be do or say obnoxious things sometimes, but they are actually soft-hearted, real people underneath. That's kind of what I enjoyed about this book. Is it was such a great character study of this person and the people around him, and kind of the amazing ways that he's able to touch these people when he doesn't seem like the person that's going to do that at first. There's a great cat that I loved, and there is a lot of emotional moments. It is not happy-go-lucky like I was thinking going in. It is dark. There is dark subject matter discussed, and it really goes there. Really dark subject matter, but it didn't totally depress me because of, I don't know what it is about this book. The tone and all of the characters and things going on that are kind of levity for it all. I also watched some Christmas movies during the first half of December. The first one was towards the beginning of the month, trying to get into the Christmas mood, and there's one movie that makes me super happy and Christmassy feeling, and that is Home Alone from 1990, which is a 5-star movie for me. It's just so much fun and so Christmassy, and I love Macaulay Culkin in this movie, both Home Alone movies. And I also love, love, love Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, the Wet Bandits. They're so funny. They're so funny in these movies. Yeah, it just makes me laugh. It's heartwarming. I just like it a lot. Home Alone. Great to add into my holiday watching. And then I also watched Gremlins from 1984, the year after I was born. I gave that one 3.5 stars. It's just fun. And I love Gizmo. Gizmo is the cutest little guy, and I want Gizmo as my pet, although comes with a lot of responsibility and rules. Do not get him wet unless you want lots of gizmos. Do not feed him after midnight unless you want gremlins in your house. Have my Gremlins cup. There's Gizmo. Oh, so cute. So much fun. I love Zach Galligan in lead role and Corey Feldman. It's just a great movie. Gremlins are a menace. They create so much catastrophe everywhere they go. It's very amusing. With some great holiday themed scenes. Also really good. And then the last thing I watched in the first half of December was Stranger Things Season 5, Episodes 1 through 4, which is how much is out so far. And I'm giving this 4.5 stars. It's the beginning of the season. Every season, like, as a whole, ends up being 5 stars for me. Amazing. But this is just the beginning. It has more to grow. Each episode got better and better and better, like they always do. And they're going to continue to go that way. I love the kids. They're getting older now. I'm guessing this is the last season. And I love the creatures. I love parents. I love everything about Stranger Things. It's a great show. Let me know if you've read or watched any of these things, what you thought of them. And I will be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks. Bye.